Well, hello there. Okay, Mandalore from GAC. 3v3s versus Mol Spud. Looks like he went fairly heavy on defense, so I got my work cut out for me. I'll start with the one that, although I have, knock on wood, not lost with it yet, still gives me the most agita every time. This one, honestly, I don't even remember. I didn't even really look. Just wanted to see what the mods were. I didn't see what relic levels they were. But whatever. It seems like it's a little bit easier. I don't think, in fact, I think from what I remember looking at the mods, the GG has crit damage on it, as opposed to full health, which I think actually is going to work to my advantage. Not so much on the DPS end out of GG, but certainly in the overall HP or the comparative lack thereof in killing him, because this is definitely, I've never killed a GG in less than a minute with this comp, so that definitely worked in my favor. And we'll just mop it up, and then we'll try to parse through the other teams and what I'm going to need and what I might be facing behind. As soon as this B2 goes down, come on. The time of this recording, it is December 26th, and I think Chapter 8 Mandalorian drops tomorrow. Surely by the time I release this video, Chapter 8 of The Mandalorian will have dropped. Can't fucking wait. Been waiting for it all week. I understand why they spaced 7 and 8 out so much with the release of Rise of Skywalker, so I'm fine with that, in theory. But man, can't wait for Chapter 7, or 8 rather. And then I can't wait for Season 2, man. Season 2 already been greenlit. I think I've said it before. I can't remember if I've said it at work or if I've said it here. But the good thing about Mandalorian is that you don't need more than like 4 or 5 actors at a time. There's no shortage of Star Wars extras ready to be forever on the silver screen, so that's a non-issue. I would hope and assume that at least some of the episodes have already been written and or scripted, so you really just have to, I feel like they could churn them out pretty quickly. They already have the sets, or at least some of the existing sets, I'm sure. Some of it is, of course, CGI. So I don't think it would take Disney a very long time to churn out Season 2 of The Mandalorian if they wanted to churn it out quickly, which I'm sure they do. They want to ride the wave, because it is hot, hot, hot. I think it's still the #1 TV show around, so definitely ride that streak. It's like in fantasy baseball, you gotta ride hot streaks, and in the stock market, you gotta ride hot streaks. So I'm fully confident that Disney will want to fully capitalize on the popularity of Mandalorian, and therefore will churn out Season 2 fairly quickly. I think Netflix similarly churned out Stranger Things 2 pretty quickly, and I honestly think that Stranger Things 2 would take a lot more time and effort to really churn that season out. And the good news is Disney is slow releasing Mandalorian as opposed to releasing all at once so you can binge it. So they really just have to get the ball rolling on the first couple of episodes, and then they've bought themselves a little bit of time editing and fixing up or doing reshoots or pickups for the latter half of the second season. But regardless, whenever it comes out, I'm sure we'll all be there ready to go and watch it. This next battle is one I haven't done since Relics have come out. And it is very nerve-wracking, perhaps more so than the GG one, if only because I haven't done it in a very long time. And when last I did it, my Treya was a little bit tankier than she currently is. So I'm hoping, A, that she'll survive, and really that she is still tanky enough to survive this battle, because, listen, that's a lot of DPS. Even with GMY Fractured, it's a good chunk of DPS. I know she's not modded for tenacity, so she is losing some overall health, or from her health pool while she's getting attacked. So the trick is to keep her alive. Although now with Jolie dead, it's a win. It's just a matter of a win with how many banners. That's fine. Go after Thrawn. I'm okay with that. Oh, God. Chill, yo. Chill. So now that she has a mark, she is almost definitely going to die unless I can get a fracture up on GMY soon. Well, not soon enough. Alright, so I will still win, but I think it's going to be... I think the max I can get is 50? Well, there's no way I'm going to get full protection up on everybody in time. So it'll probably be 48 or 49. Especially because fracturing GMY... maybe I should have fractured Revan, actually, now that I think about it. I fractured GMY trying to contain the overall DPS, which I did, but leaving Revan out there, he can actually TM swap over, which cuts the fracture time down, and he can still mark. So maybe in hindsight, I should have fractured Revan. Especially because I still haven't burned Savior. I forgot about that. Oh, shit. Alright, well, now let's hope that we can finish this with 2 alive, because, well, luckily Nihilus is marked and his health pool is ridiculous. So maybe I can... Oh, good. Alright, so I'm through some good RNG. I'm actually probably going to finish this with 2 up as opposed to 1, because if they had marked GAT there, I'd be down to just Nihilus for sure. But JKR likes to go after the large health pool. Okay. 49. Could have been worse. Could have fucked it up. Alright, let's see what's behind. Ooh, Darth Revan, Karth, a weird bounty hunter team. Let's just do this one first, since we know that's what we're going to do. And then we'll take a look at the others and see what is appropriate for them. I gotta turn my PlayStation down. It's a little loud, honestly. Alright, this is an easy, simple fight-ish, right? Yeah. Oh, I thought I should have just done the Force Strain. Fucking motherfucking fuck. Well, now I'll do it. Oh, come on. Come on. Alright. let's try and keep Revan alive here. That didn't do very much at all. Okay, good. We managed to keep Revan alive despite having made a little bit of a boo-boo. Okay. What do we have up here again? Okay. Night Sisters, Bastila. That's a fair amount of D, honestly. Who should go to what? Let's do this. Because I do so enjoy watching GAC fight Night Sisters. Because it is hilarious. If you watch my last GAC stream, GAC managed to kill a stealthed acolyte, despite the fact that, oh, look at that, don't have to worry about it this time. Zombie was still up because he killed Zombie in one move, and then in the second move that he does, he switched targets to the acolyte, which is interesting. But a non-issue here, since I just zerged acolyte straight out the gate. I do love that nobody can be rezzed mechanic of GAC. Definitely makes GAC my favorite Night Sister counter. Come on. Oh, I can't wait to have a 7-star GAC. It's gonna be... The meta's gonna shift by the time I get a fucking 7-star GAC. Alright, let's see. What is next? Might go back down here. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, I think I can trooper this trio. And not think, I definitely can trooper this through trio. 1, 2, 3. Let's go for Greedo. He's usually pretty light on the HP. Yep. Didn't even get a turn. Okay, what's next? What's next? Let's do this. This should be okay for this Karth team. Yeah, I don't need you stunning anybody. That's a good start. I'll get T3 out of here. See you later. Don't need you stunning. Oh, look at that. And boop. See you later. By now I hope most people have seen Rise of Skywalker, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I am okay with some of the departures from the previous film. Just in case, that's all I'm going to say for now. Can't wait for the next full Star Wars feature film, even though it is, I'm sure, going to be from a different era. Oh, I thought I saw a KOTOR movie is in the works, or trilogy is in the works. That would be fucking awesome. Even if it is not Darth Revan or Revan himself, that's okay. I wouldn't hate seeing something different. I would like to see Exar Kun made canon again. Super nerds will know to whom I am referring. And for those of you who do not, Exar Kun is a badass motherfucker. A badass motherfucker. He is, I think he was actually the first Jedi that we saw, and by we I mean the public Star Wars fans, with a double-bladed lightsaber. And if you read the old books that were decanonized when Disney bought Lucas, he was a Jedi like 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, shortly before the time period where the game KOTOR actually takes place. I'm pretty sure he knew like Ulic Queldroma and whatever, was a Jedi, became a Sith. Long and short of it, his spirit ends up in the Masasi temples on Yavin 4 that come to be, well, used more or less by the rebellion on Yavin. And then later on, Luke goes back and starts a Jedi Academy there, and Exar Kun actually ends up possessing one of Luke's students. But yeah, he's a badass motherfucker. So I would not hate to see an Exar Kun movie. It's pretty dark, and I like dark stuff. One of my only complaints with Star Wars is how lighthearted most of it is. And I know I've said this before, but that's why Rogue One, I think, is one of my favorite movies, because it's pretty dark. Any movie where all the main characters die is pretty dark. Spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen it. It's only been out for 4.5 years. Yeah, so that would be sick. That would be fucking great. Not super keen on the Cassian Andor series. Nothing against the actor. I don't know how compelling I find the character. I'd much sooner see a Jyn Erso series. I think that could be really good. I would actually really enjoy a gritty Jyn Erso series, or even another movie with Jyn Erso. I think that'd be really good. I would really like to see a Saw Gerrera series or standalone movie to see what Saw did and what happened to Saw in between Clone Wars and when we see him in Rogue One. I think that would be really good, because that poor bastard's got some real PTSD by the time we meet him in Rogue One. And I'm not, that's not meant to be an insult, because PTSD is a serious thing, very much so. But yeah, he definitely has some PTSD by the time we see him in Rogue One, because he's a battle-hardened veteran of multiple wars. So kind of can't really be surprised that the poor guy's got PTSD. But I find his character pretty compelling, so I'd like to see that. I wouldn't hate to see an Enfys Nest storyline of some sort, but I think that would probably be a little bit too much catering to the younger crowd, which you can't really make something designed for young people dark. That was really one of the big problems with the prequel trilogy, is that they were designed for adolescents, which in turn, unsurprisingly, made them pretty terrible. Although it has been done. I mean, Hunger Games is a little bit dark, and that the target audience for Hunger Games is adolescents, right? So, I don't know, maybe there's a delicate balance to be found. I know that there's a Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan series in the works. I don't really know how interesting that's going to be. It's like, okay, how much fucking time can you spend on Tatooine and how much is there really to do? I think one of the better moments we're going to see of Obi-Wan between when we last see him in Revenge of the Sith and when we see him again really in Rebels is in Rebels. There's a great scene in Rebels with him and Darth Maul. It's a very short scene, but it's a very good scene. If you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen Rebels, go YouTube it. Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, Rebels. You will not be disappointed. It's very quick, but it's very good. All right, this is just my leftover teams here. It's kind of, well, not kind of, it is overkill. CLS, Bastila, and Anakin. I had this left over, so whatever. Yeah, not sure what else I can drone on about. What else do you want to see? What series or standalone films do you want to see? Not that anyone watching my YouTube channel has any influence with Disney, because I'm sure no one does, although I'm a Disney shareholder and you should be too. But what do you want to see? What stories would you like to see come to life or become canon or re-canonized? I really want to see Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy become re-canonized, just recast all the actors. Rose! Sorry, Rose heard something out in the hallway. She's very tough. Yes, you're very tough. You're very tough. But people don't come to my YouTube channel to listen to you bark. For whatever reason, they come to listen to me drone on and on about Star Wars. Or so I think, anyway. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah. Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy, the books, very, very, very good. If you're not a reader, like me, I am not a reader, you can get the audiobooks on Audible. They're actually pretty good. And even though those 3 books have been decanonized by Disney's purchase of Lucas, Timothy Zahn has written 2 more Thrawn books, which are canon and are very good. So check those out. I think that's enough of me talking. Final score, 24-58.